Practice
And
makes the
now
master.
you fall.
This is a great area for harvesting.
Norgvos. Warning stones. Our old kin built them to keep the Saxhleel away. But we will use them to guide us instead. Fear is for our enemies. They will know it soon.
The Dream Wallow showed you this place, didn't it? A place for proving strength. We will have many chances to show our own, I think.
To the void with you. It was a mistake to challenge us.
Here's the plan. We hit them, and we hit them hard.
That was easy.
The bones of a Leviathan. An ill omen, to be sure. But for whom? Shadow take you. Sojay is still thirsty. There is your gate, Zucus. To the snake means Death City, Zul Thusis, and the temple beyond. We challenge the void here, Swordkin.
It is not so scary if you squint your eyes. Just really narrow your... No, it is still terrifying. The Blackguard's nest in Zul'Thuzis? Are they mad?
Mad or not, Sojay and I will hack them dead. From... Unworthy.
The day will be ours!
Let blood mingle with water.
I find hunting prey to be extremely therapeutic.
That room up ahead. It stinks of Cassandra's dry skin perfume. She has been here. When will we face a real
Courage brings
challenge?
victory. Let's go!
Why do you... It was a mistake to challenge us. Quiet. I hear something.
Get your hands off me! Where is Cassandra?
Well, she left you in my capable hands, sweetheart. You made the mistake of not being useful anymore. But don't worry, I've got a use for you.
I'm not going anywhere with you!
Oh, it's a chase then. Good. No fun without a struggle. Get after her, boys! Take her to the sacrificial chamber!
Cassandra cannot be far. She hopes to delay us by putting friend Famia in danger, I think. Sooth, come. Let's find another way into the deeper ruins.
You're paralyzed. Don't think. Move!
Unworthy.
I don't know. I kind of admire Famia.
Victory is cruel. Defeat is worse.
To the void with you.
The bones of the ancient dead rise in protest. Whiptail should pay for disturbing this sacred place.
Shadow take you. I tighten my fist. Whiptail takes Famia to the Zul'Thuz's temple. He toys with old magic he does not understand. Sojay thirsts for his blood, but we cannot let Cassandra escape. I talk too much. We must continue the hunt.
That Cassandra would use friend Famia as a lure to trap us. It dries my scales, Biko. Even so, we cannot leave her to die. Let us hope the river carries us where we need to be. For now, we must make for the Zulthusis temple.
When will we face a real challenge?
Cassandra!
So, you made it this far. Impressive. Alas, you have another engagement. Follow me and Famia dies.
I grind my fangs. The only death that is certain is yours.
Enough theatrics, Jaxic Orn. The Hist allowed me to acquire this staff. Surely you wouldn't fight the will of the Roots.
Now you mock the Hist. I will cut that dry tongue out of your lying throat.
Wait! Jaxic! Kaok, you go save friend Famia from that crazy Naga. I will try to keep Jaxic alive.
Hear me, Sickis. Your altar has gone unbloodied far too long. Grant me your power, and I will carve your name into all the flesh of Murkmire.
Lord's mercy, help! Anyone, please!
for this a long time.
For choosing to remain still.
Thank you. That madman deserved nothing less. Come on, there's an exit this way.
Rattles my fangs.
I do, Jaxic, but you must breathe. Ah, Biko, and friend Famia, thank the Hist. You dealt with that snake Whiptail, yes? Good. My belly churned with worry for friend Famia, and for you. We have less good news. We used the waterways and nearly caught Cassandra, but she escaped. We nearly had her. Our claws reached for her throat, but suddenly Jaxic cried out and collapsed. I could not find the will to leave her behind. Like she always says, I have the underbelly of a soft-shell crab. You would not know it in speaking with her, but Jaxic is not so cruel as she seems. She feels things very deeply, deeper even than me. The air in this temple is thick with memories, and she hears them all. Yes, she mutters about the tree that guided us. She says it is very close. I do not wish for Cassandra to claim the remnant, but we must find this dreaming tree. Haste has profited us very little. We should slow down and listen to the Hist. In the Dream Wallow, your other self dwelt in a village of stone, with a great Hist tree at the center. The Ayleid elves attacked the village, seeking Argonian souls at first, then the tree's secrets later. This is the Hist that guides us. Yes, the remnant was born there, and it sleeps there still. I sense that the Ayleids failed to claim it, but with the power of the Sapspeaker's staff, Cassandra may succeed.
Come. It is this way.
And there she goes again.
Is she gonna be all right?
Yes, friend Famia. This is the will of the Hist. You will see, I think.
Remarkable. This is the village you saw in your Dream Wallow, right?
Yes. What is left of it, anyway.
Well, I'm no arborist, but there's definitely something wrong with that history. It can't be dead, can it?
No, but it struggles for wakefulness. It gives everything to the remnant.
Well, it really is something.
Yes, it is.
I flare my nostrils and fill my lungs. Do you smell it, Ojel? The dryness of the branches, the loosening of the soil. This Hist slumbers like the dead, but it is not dead yet. Its strength lies in the remnant, in the souls of its tribe. It will. The remnant is very, very close. Deep beneath our feet, cradled in vines and moss. You have seen its resting place before, in your dream wallow. A cavern of roots and stone. So Jay and I want to go with you, but we cannot. Zukas and I, we set our roots here. I cannot explain it in the dry tongue. It is like the sun rising or the rivers flowing downstream. It simply is. Zukas and I watch over the tree because we must. You find the remnant because you must. I know, but you will not need it. Take Famia with you to the Zanmir east of here. Keep her safe. She wears the skin of man, but the Hist knows her heart. The two of you will stop Cassandra. I believe this. So should you.
They're not coming with us, are they? Goodness. Just when you think you know everything there is to know about the Bright Throats and the Deadwater, they throw you for another loop. These Murkmire Argonians are remarkable people. You and me? Oh, goodness, what could I possibly do? You're the hero. I'm just the oft-imperiled bookworm. Even so, I would trust Zukas with my life. Jack Orn, too. If they say we go together, then we go together. If that's all right with you, I mean. Stopping Cassandra won't be simple. With the Sap Speaker's staff and such a long head start... No. Can't think like that. I'm here to supply valuable historical information and boundless optimism, so that's what I'll do! Well, I should tell you, we've officially left the realm of verified research and entered the world of legend and wild-eyed conjecture. If that last ruin was Zul Thusis, then this next Zanmir must be Vakabok, the Bowl of the Sun, I think. I think they're right. Aside from the word of the Hist, which I've learned is very persuasive, legends say that the Vakabok Zanmir holds a great treasure. It has to be the remnant. Now, we should get moving, right? We've got to stop Cassandra. I'm right behind you, friend. Let's just hope we can still catch up to Cassandra. Like I said, Vakabok means something like the Bowl of the Sun. I assume the ancient Argonians used it as a place to empower their Vaka stones, including the Kajinjat crystal. Really, quite remarkable. I'm right behind you, friend. Like I said, a temple? No. A temple implies worship. Argonians worship the Hist and venerate Sithis. Beyond that, I've never found any substantial variety in their religious habits. This would be some kind of, I don't know, garden? I guess you're hoping I'll say yes. I'm right behind you. Yes, a place for their Vaka stones to soak up the sun's energy and grow in power. Of course, I could be completely wrong. We haven't been inside, after all. We should probably get to it, right? I guess you're hoping I'll say yes, right? Honestly, I hope it doesn't come to that, but Cassandra was ready to let me die just to keep you off her trail. She's not the person I thought she was. You'll do what you have to. I'll stand by you. The ancient Argonians certainly liked their stairs. Goodness. This Zonmir feels different, doesn't it? Brighter. Aside from all the oozes, of course. Meyergaunts? Oh dear. They roam around some of the older ruins. Protectors of some sort, I think. Be careful. See that breach in the wall? I smell a shortcut. An Ayleid gate? How long did those invaders stay in Murkmire? Never mind. It must need a Welkin stone to function. Let's have a look around.
They made their choices. So be it.
Huh. A bit sticky, but it should do the trick. Let's place it in the sconce near the gate. That should open the way.
To arms!
It worked! I guess we should see where it leads. Stopping Cassandra won't be simple. With the Sap Speaker's staff and such a long head start... No. Can't think like that. I'm here to supply valuable... Mara's mercy. The Aliots that slaughtered the Dreaming Hists tribe built all this? Well, they must have been here for centuries. Wait, I hear something.
Kulvo, Vakalo, Kajinjats.
Cassandra! What did she do to the staff? Is that the Kajinjat crystal?
It is Famia, and I would be lost without it. Farewell.
Cassandra, wait! So, she found a use for the Kajinjat crystal after all. Damn! Oh, goodness, language. Sorry, I meant... No! I did mean it! Damn! Without an empowered Vaka crystal of that scale, we're stuck here. No, it won't work. Did you see how the gate glowed yellow as she walked through it? And how these stones lit up as she passed? Somehow, I think this gate only responds to Argonian Vaka stones. Stones like the Kajinjat crystal. I thought I was supposed to supply the optimism. You're right, of course. We just need to find one that's been soaking up the sun's rays. Have a look around. I'll stay here and try to puzzle out another method, in case you come up empty-handed.
Come and take us!
After all this time, this is all we could manage. A lifeless vault of gateways availing us nothing.
My lord, we have carved a golden path to the very frontiers of magical praxis. The Nexus is austere, yes, but...
You mean to convince me to abandon my search, don't you? The power of the Hist, the power of the Remnant dwarves your golden path. I will claim the tree's power, no matter the cost.
So...
Hello. I got back. I am back now.
You got back and you're back? It's maybe a little confusing. Where'd Jax go?
Bed.
What? At 5 p.m.?
He had gamer fatigue.
Gamer fatigue?
Souls on. I'm not actually sure what that style looks like, so... Let's see. Oh, that light helmet looks epic.
I am not afraid of you.
Or I guess it's technically a hat. Mediate's definitely not half bad either. And then the heavy's kind of overdoing it.
Just been questing.
Yeah, and Murkmire. I would have watched the stream, but I don't want spoilers for Murkmire.
Right.
I did leave a comment though.
I did see that. Did you see my responses?
No, I left practically immediately because I commented that before you
Sheath your
started talking
weapons.
to an NPC, and
The
I was like,
battle is
oh,
won.
that is a Naga Argonian. I know that they're only in 2 places. You've already done Liquid, so only be Murkmire.
Yeah, if you pop on the stream,
But
and
even
see
if it
you'll
is-
see my thing. Just don't look at the stream. I'm in the
I'm not
Iliad
sure if I
room,
get-
so it's not really a spoiler right now, unless you start
I'm
listening to
not
the dialogue.
sure. Well, for one, I didn't know there were Iliad ruins in Murkmire, so spoiler.
Oh,
It's not much of a spoiler, like you said. I'm not sure if I can see past chat.
really? That's actually a good thing for me to know, because then I won't make, because I normally make comments like early on if I don't put my headset on, like, hello viewers, you know, currently just questing. Oh my gosh, I said question. Currently just question. It autocorrected.
It's a good thing no one can see it.
Yeah.
But,
I guess
I
if
also
they
noticed you're in
rewatch the
first
stream
person.
though, they'll see it. What?
I also noticed you're in first person for some given reason.
Yeah. Well, because I don't need to be now. This is a nice wide open space, but a lot of the you know, the ruins and all that are like delves. Everything's real tight, and it's just clunky being in third person.
I just move my camera. In fact, I only keep it zoomed out during trials. And
Oh.
occasionally during like certain arenas when I need to keep be aware of what's behind me, like Dragonstar, and I need to keep track of the skeleton holes to be pulled under downstairs, so I zoom out so I can see those.
Makes sense.
To be
I'm
fair,
too
I get
lazy
used to it really quick.
to adjust it, so third person's always maxed back out, and that if it's too clunky for third, I just go to first. I'm playing first. It don't bother me any.
I'm gonna
If
play
anything,
in second person.
in second person.
The camera is forcibly aiming toward the face of your character. You are looking behind you at all times.
Souls do not just
Could
vanish.
you do a trial
return.
like that?
Find them, or I
It'd
will
be
find
rough.
someone else who can.
It would be very rough.
My lord, the Hist's magics are unlike any we've encountered before. The souls are pulled to a focus of some kind without finding the source. The Remnant. It always comes back to the Remnant. Continue your research. I have much to consider.
Behind you. Whatever, that's a weird concept of second person gaming. Anyway.
Yeah, if you're watching the stream, I'm assuming you popped in and popped back out just to see if you could view previous chat or not. Does your
Yeah,
chat
it's
even show up when you popped in there, or is it just nothing?
It's nothing. The stuff I left is also gone.
So the only way to see that chat would be after the stream ends. If someone watched it from start to finish, the chat would pop up in chronological order with my stream.
Maybe.
Interesting. Well, that I do know just from watching other people's past streams. The chat would pop up as they did during the live stream. Order or whatever. Could obviously comment because stream's over, so you can't leave comments.
Yeah, that reminds me of some guy. He was watching a VOD, and he was leaving a bunch of comments like, "Oh, I don't remember what he was asking for, but he was asking a lot of questions and never receiving answers." And then he left a comment saying, "You only do this for the views. You don't care about your viewers or your subscribers or something." It's like, it's not a live stream. It's not live anymore. You're commenting on a VOD that already happened.
You know, sometimes you can't fix stupid, you know?
So all of this, I can't sell that, but it's worth 0 gold anyway. I wouldn't want to sell it.
Yeah, I started doing the Murkmire because I wanted to be able to open up the ability to do the dailies here, which you have to do the quest line to be able to do that. So then I can get
Nice haul.
was it? I don't know. I think it was an ancestral style or whatever that drops here. It was one of the ones who was looking up for a master it that gives me quite a bit of writs, but we couldn't find like that page for under like 60, 80k, and I'm like, I'll never pay that, so just gonna have to try to
like
farm it.
Ancient Argonian or something.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, it might have been Ancient Argonian. So I was like, well,
I like that. It's a weird set. Like, it looks kind of futuristic, like the shoulder pieces. It's weird.
A fight? Good.
By the way, the lore of the Elder Scrolls has gotten a lot more lighthearted since Morrowind.
Yeah.
It gets really dark in the earlier games. I'm pretty sure it gets dark now if you like actually look at and read the like Lessons of Vivec books. I'm not entirely sure they were ever toned down for ESO. But they're bizarre. Not only that, the history of Vivec. Imagine becoming a god, becoming disconnected from time itself. It's no longer linear for you. You go on some weird adventures, which those books detail. Including some less time-based, but albeit incredibly weird adventures, such as seducing Molag Bal, sleeping with him, bearing thousands of children, and in the end, you bite off the tip of his penis, turn it into a spear, and stab him with it. That is legit in one of the books.
Fuck.
And then Vivec, this is Vivec, by the way, the one that gave birth. Vivec is hermaphroditic, he's both parts. Anyway,
Is he always that way?
Yeah, he's also half Dunmer, half Chimer. I'm not sure how he reverted to Chimer, because the history of why the Dark Elves look like that is they used to worship Azura, but then they discovered the Heart of Lorkhan, and the Tribunal, which were originally mortal, Vivec, Sothasil, Almalexia, those three, what is the word? Why am I drawing a blank? Basically, they betrayed Azura, took the heart's power, and made themselves into gods.
Oblivion, take you!
And Azura was like, oh, that's a very bad thing. And she punished them and their entire race. And there you go. But it's weird because they're like going through the color spectrum between Chimer and Dunmer. Because if I remember correctly, Almalexia does not look like a Dark Elf. She looks like how the Dark Elves used to look when they were Chimer. Before Dunmer. And then, obviously, Vivec is split.
The Betrayers.
At least the Tribunal are the Betrayers.
But the whole race got punished for it, though, right?
Yeah, but they're not the ones that betrayed Azura. It was just those three. They also betrayed their friend, Nerevar. I'm not sure if you've heard of him questing around, but
yeah,
pretty important figure.
Should have been the fourth one, but they killed him.
No, he didn't want to use the things. A brief story is the dwarves worshipped some power that made them immortal, that they had come across while excavating deep underground facilities. They found the Heart of Lorkhan, which Lorkhan was punished for making the mortal world. The Aedra didn't like that, so they were like, they punished him, sent him down into his own creation. He died, but his heart's there. And the dwarves worshipped that, while the Chimer worshipped the Daedra. They were constantly at war because of that.
The council did what? The Tribunal ate that heart to become immortal? Or
they
like
tapped into that power. I'll get to that. But they were constantly at war. And then the Nords invaded. Well, though I don't think they were referred to as Nords back then. They hadn't invented the word need. I believe they were referred to as Needs back then. Just really old ancestral humans. I don't remember. But it says Nords. They invaded, and the dwarves and Chimer banded together to fight them off.
Alright,
And
once-
in that,
My lord, you wish to show me something?
Cast your eyes across this vast expanse. Tell me, what do you see?
Gates, my lord. A realm of doors and passages.
Yes, a sea of azure gates, none of which lead to the Hist. Perhaps we used the wrong kind of passage. Find one of these beast sun crystals. We have work to do.
on the Chimer's side, Dagoth Ur. I think he went by a different name back then, though. He's the main antagonist of the Elder Scrolls 3.
Did you hear me say 1 second before? Oh, you probably didn't.
I did not.
Okay. When you heard me say something weird in the middle of you talking, that was me saying 1 second, and then I went off mic for a second. I had to rinse my eye out, get gunk in it.
I do not know the last thing you heard.
You talking about Chimer. It was like 20 seconds ago.
Right. Okay, Dagoth Ur. He was on their side. I don't remember if he went by a different name back then, but he was of House Dagoth. Although I think the houses were founded later. I genuinely don't remember.
Side of who? Because I remember you saying I said something about So I said something about the tribunal. What did you eat the heart to get the power? And you're like, I'm getting to that. And then I only heard you say like 2 things after that.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, this one guy, I think he was the king, actually, the king of the dwarves. He had he had like a high architect priest guy, Kagranak. He was a dwarf, and he was using the heart for power. And Dagoth Ur had learned of this and told Nerevar about it. Nerevar confronted the king, who had no clue that his priest was using the heart. And, tensions rose because of this, because obviously the Dunmer were very religious when it came to the Daedra. They didn't like the dwarves worshipping anything else. And, this kind of went back and forth of the king not knowing, and the Nerevar not knowing that the king didn't know. Blah blah blah. They went back to war, and they basically assaulted the heart chamber. After, I think, some like scouting trips, learning where it was, they went through like a secret back entrance while the rest of the tribunal occupied and distracted the dwarf armies at the foot of Red Mountain, which is in the center of Vardenfell. So they went into the heart chamber. They found Kagranak, the high priest or whatever, using 3 tools that he had developed.
That's the thing.
It was a knife, a hammer, and a gauntlet that gave him the ability to wield the 2, because without it, he'd kind of die.
I don't know how they are even alive.
Keep trying. There must be some way to break them. They'll tell me their secrets one way or another.
Disappeared. All of the dwarves disappeared right then and there. Some accounts say they burst into dust, some say there was no trace left of them. But that's how the dwarves disappeared.
I missed something. What did they do to make the dwarves disappear?
Kagranak tapped into the heart.
The priest, right?
Yes. The priest that did it in secret, even in secret of his king.
The Dunmer priest. Or is this a dwarven priest?
Dwarf priest. I don't remember why he tapped into it. His motives are probably his own.
So,
but assuming he did it before he could lose.
The dwarves before this, so the dwarves worshipped this heart, and they weren't using it for anything. The Dunmer had something to do with the dwarves. They're at war with them because they worshipped Azura.
Yeah, the Dunmer worshipped Azura. The dwarves Dunmer didn't like that, although they weren't Dunmer back then. Berkheimer, which ironically means changed elves. As before they were changed, so it's weird.
Alright, hold on one second.
We found a suitable stone, my lord. The arcane properties are unlike any I've seen before.
Yes, we should have been researching them from the beginning. The light of Magnus given form. Remarkable.
Integrating this new stone into our existing gates, the process will take time.
Time no longer matters to me, Hotern. I've made preparations. Even if it takes an eternity, I will discover the Remnant's secrets.
Okay.
Oh, I just brought up Dark History.
I'm back.
Hello. So
that time,
whatever
I popped out for dialogue.
So whatever Kagranek did, it made him and every other dwarf, at least those on Mundus, disappear. There were a few survivors, or at least one survivor that we know of. You can talk to him in the Elder Scrolls 3. He says that at the time of his disappearance, he was in Oblivion. He was in some plane of Oblivion. When he got back, every other member of his race was gone. So, that's sad. But anyway,
one
You will not destroy
asshole.
my plan.
Oh, you little
Not
bastard.
at this final hour.
Oh, this dude's still alive? What the f?
Every villain is the hero of their own
Oh
story.
gosh. That is terrifying looking. It's kind of a weak ass bitch though.
I hope you're referring to the quest, so I have something to look forward to, because I've only completed 2, at maximum, of Murkmire's quest.
Oh yeah, I'm much farther in. Let me see where I'm in. I'm at 5 out of 7. It is. I'm enjoying it.
Is there something?
And this is where I'm at. It's getting weird. And the story took a turn that I wasn't ready for. I mean, it was already interrelated, but I didn't expect this much. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that sucks. One dwarf damned them all because of, curiosity.
Well, no one knows where
Curiosity
they
killed
went.
the cat.
Whether they all died, or they were all ascended to some other plane.
So their
They may come
bodies
back,
were never
but-
found?
Well, that's the thing. In Morrowind, there is one place where you can find piles of dust, where the dwarves used to be. It's under Mournhold, which is a very interesting place. I like the Elder Scrolls 3. I like the Mournhold better than ESO Mournhold because it's built with logic and it has proper placement of everything. It also has the ruins of Old Mournhold, but it's hard to tell if that's the ESO Mournhold. Either way, there's a dormer ruin under there, and you find piles of dust where the dwarves were, including some funny Easter eggs, including the rusted metal bed frame of what used to be a bed, 2 piles of dust resting underneath it, and various other things, including dwarven oil and a dwarven rod on a nightstand. But aside from that, anyway, you know what went on before everyone just gone. But anyway,
Right. Hold on.
the Chimer had technically won. Hold on again. Okay. I'm making a
Dialogue,
character now.
and then I gotta wake my wife up. Sorry, I'm making you give me the story in pieces. Oh. I was pretty sure there's gonna be dialogue. There's not. What happened there? Oh. No dialogue. Alright. Well, talk to a wifey then. Hey, baby. It's 5:19. There's to work today, or are you just going over to watch? nice. Really peaceful. Okay, I am back. I am back. I'm getting some nuts though.
Nuts.
Some cashews. Hold me over. Alright, so story time.
Story time. So the Chimer had technically won, and they had found the heart, and they found the tools left behind by Kagranak when he kind of dropped them when he disappeared too. And this was Nerevar and Dagoth-Ur. They were really close friends. You considered each other brothers. Basically, the Tribunal were counselors, I guess. They had greater wisdom than Nerevar. At least Nerevar considered them to have greater wisdom. So, he told Dagoth-Ur, wait here with the tools, guard the heart. I'm going to seek out my two generals, my queen, which was Sothisil Vivek and Almaisia, respectively, for advice on what we should do with these tools and the heart. They have greater wisdom than I.
Alright, what would you say, babe? I don't need it right now. You can have it. Alright, I'm good.
Anyway, now this is where the story splits. There are two different accounts. One told by the Tribunal, and another told by, I don't remember what he was. Some guy that was, like, really close, like, in the military, under Nerevar. This is a story that he told. But it splits here. Nerevar leaves Dagoth-Ur to guard the heart and the tools, while he seeks out the Tribunal.
Perhaps
And,
rearranging the stones? Oh,
when
why
Nerevar.
didn't I pay better attention in Iliad studies? Wait, you did it! You found another vodka crystal! Let's go!
Is sort of corrupted by these
I can't believe
words.
you found another vodka stone.
They
glad
figure,
you're back. I've been hearing
why
some
not take the
very
power for
distressing
ourselves?
whispers, and
The
I
dwarves
think
may
I
come
even
back,
saw a
and we will
ghost.
need a way to defend
That's one
our new homeland,
archaeological
because
hazard
the
I'd
dwarves
just as
most
soon avoid.
controlled Vardenfell, while the
Let's
Chimer
keep
controlled the
moving,
mainland
all
of
right?
Morrowind. And of course, both sides wanted to expand their empire. So, like I said, two accounts. One says that Nerevar eventually died from his wounds when he battled his dwarf friend Dumak. I think it was Dumak. Yeah, because there were only two dwarves in the story, and Kagranak definitely wasn't his friend. The other account says that the Tribunal killed Nerevar. To take their power. I mean, to take the heart's power for their own.
See, there's reference to that in ESO. I remember from the storyline and talking to people that a lot of people believe that the Tribunal betrayed their friend to take the power for themselves and killed him. I've heard that part.
That's the most going story. And at the end of Morrowind, The Elder Scrolls 3, Vivek tells you, he says something like, I did not kill my friend Nerevar. And he like directs you to two documents behind him. One tells of the betrayal story, and the other one tells of I mean, either way they betray Zura, one way or another. They still go against the religion they once had, and either way they're punished for it. Their entire race is. But Dagoth-Ur, the one that was left in the Heart Chamber, one account says that I forget what he did. He became afraid of the power, and he attempted to stop the Tribunal from taking it. the tribunal cast him aside, was presumed dead, and by the way, he doesn't die because he's the main antagonist of the Elder Scrolls 3. Dagoth is leader of the 6th House of Morrowind. And the other one says that Dagoth was also corrupted by the Heart's power, and he attempted to take it for his own, instead of becoming the 4th of the tribunal, which, given the prefix tri, would kind of make it not tribunal. But anyway,
so he tried to.
By the way,
what was okay? I missed that very last thing he said. So he did what? The other account is that he tried to take the power for himself, and ended up dying.
Yes. I think that's what it was. He was presumed dead. Either way, the tribunal take the power of the heart and transform themselves into living gods, presuming them, more relatable than, distant, invisible spirits to be worshipped. Instead, living gods that walk among the people. More of a relatable history, because obviously the tribunal grew up as mortal people.
I just don't understand. How were they successful when the dwarves weren't? And the dwarves were way more advanced, and they already worshipped the heart, had all these crazy technological tools, and then 3 dumber retards come in there and they're just like, hey, power of the heart, we're using it. We're now God. Like, I don't, it seems so far-fetched. Like, that's my problem. Like, I love the lore of this game and whatnot, but it just seems so unrealistic. Like, dwarves fucked up. Now they stopped existing on this plane. We don't know what happened to them. They could have just been all smashed to ashes when they fucked with this power. And 3 dumber people with really unadvanced technology, unadvanced tools, picks up tools they've never used before or have any knowledge of, and somehow turn themselves into living gods with literal power of divinity. Like, what?
Well, I would say it was just because of the 3 of them, whereas Kagrenac was only 1. I could say it's just that. The 3 of the tribunal used each of the 3 tools. I forget what it was. I think Sotha Sil studied Kagrenac's notes and learned how to do it. Because the dwarves had already done it. Pretty much. Not to the degree that the tribunal did, but they had already made themselves immortal. Whatever Kagrenac did, it wasn't what the tribunal did.
Just, I don't know. It just seems so far-fetched, though. Like, how is it that you could study his notes and then the 3 of them succeeded where this dude failed?
I don't know, because Vivek and Almalexia don't know how to do it. Sotha Sil alone knows how to tap into the heart. Only he knows the ritual. The other 2 just participate to also feed off the power. But either way, Dagoth survived. He also feeds off the power and is of equal strength to the tribunal, but he's asleep under Red Mountain, and he ends up waking up. I forget what year. You've done a lot of quests. Do you know what year ESO takes place in? I think it's like 400 something of the Second Era.
I don't remember. Those are details that I typically miss. I focus on the story up front. Like I can tell you from playing Murkmire exactly what's happening to Murkmire and stuff to lead up to. I can't tell you the time period this is happening in, or the significance of the landmarks around me and stuff. But I can tell you exactly like the, hey, this person stuck her nose in here. We ended up here, and that's the kind of stuff that sticks with me when I quest and whatnot. Yeah, it's just the typical
I know
RPG stuff.
awakes somewhere around like 800 something of the Second Era. That's what the book said. So, I'm guessing the Third Era started with the Septim Dynasty. I have no clue because the eras are technically imperial. So I'm assuming that the Third Era started with the Septim Dynasty being founded. Who knows?
So, I would argumentally say that Vivek. Oh my gosh.
You tried to name the other two.
Well, I know Amalek. It's just it's the name of the one that I want to remember is one I can't remember.
Sotha Seal.
Sotha Seal. It's probably because Divinifear, he's called so many different names because he's more worshipped than the other two are. But I would arguably say that regardless of them all having the same power, that he is vastly more powerful. That Sotha Seal is, because clearly he's the one that figured out how to use his power. Succeeded where the dwarves did.
Because he doesn't use much of his power. Vivek himself said that, okay, you're not going to play Morrowind, so this, a major spoiler as it is not too much. I mean, it's a spoiler for the story, but that happens so many 800 years in the future after ESO. Your player character is the Nerevarine. You're the reincarnation of Nerevar. Azura herself, I don't remember why she lost her power. I think she used up most of it to curse the Dun race. But she said, when I regain my power,
I won't let you take this from me.
Wait! Don't touch it!
He does. Or he does, in my case, because... well,
No
anyway.
remorse.
So you're the Nerevarine, and you have to stop Dagoth because he is feeding off of the heart's power as well. He grew so powerful, constantly being in proximity of it, that he's strong enough to fend off all three tribunal. And he kept them from feeding off the heart to the point where the tribunal's power was fading over time.
The remnant is mine. Mine.
Who did? Who kept them from feeding off of it?
Dagoth
The one that's sleeping?
Well, he awoke. At some point. We don't know when. Well, we know when. 800 something of the Second Era. After ESO.
I will not let you take this from
So...
me.
But he kept them from feeding off the power. And their power
I know why
waned.
I'm here. I'm supposed to bring the remnant back. The remnant of Argon. The Hist wants me to take it. Let's go. We need to ask Zukas and Jaksek what to do next.
You know, Vivek decides that for the sake of Morrowind, not for the sake of us, we grant you our blessing. You are to defeat Dagoth you are to use the tools of Kagranak and destroy the Heart of Lorkhan. Vivek also practically welcomes a mortal life to return. He says what he'll do, he'll diminish, he'll not actually die, I don't know what happens to him, but he basically kind of disappears after his power is gone, which is the reason why you've played Skyrim and the Dragonborn DLC, Red Mountain erupted, because you've seen that meteor that's floating over Vivek City.
Mm-hmm.
That was a moon, Ardao. It was Sheogorath tricked the moon. I don't know how the moon has sentience, but he tricked the moon into hurling itself into Tamriel, and Vivek stopped it right there, and he holds it there. But it keeps its momentum. If Vivek ever loses his power, that thing will fall as if it was never stopped.
Which happens in ESO, and he blows it up.
I don't think he blows it up. He's struggling to keep it up there because his power is disappearing because of what. Yeah, it becomes a lot closer, and I think it's even closer in Morrowind.
I thought
like
though,
the Elder Scrolls 3.
I swear at the end of that zone quest, when he gets his powers back, he realizes his fallacy that he shouldn't have just kept it maintained there. He should have destroyed it, and I thought he destroys it.
No, it's up there. In the Elder Scrolls 3, it's been hollowed out. It's turned into the Ministry of Truth. I don't remember what it is, what purpose it serves. I know it serves as a prison of the temple, but it's like hollowed out.
There you are. I'm sorry, it's very hard to concentrate. The remnant called out to me. It wanted me to take it, but only for a short time. We have to be quick. For now, I think. But I can't hold this for long. This belongs to someone else.
Shipping Missouri and all that. Why that might have been snuffed out by the temple? Not entirely sure, but it's some kind of we don't attack you, you don't attack us to live type thing. Although, you know Aldrin. You sit around Vardenfell, you know Aldrin the giant crab.
I think so. 1 second.
The remnant. I see now. It contains all the souls. All the souls of the ancient tribe. Their name was the Root Whisper tribe. Yes. Yes, that's it. I know what we have to do. Touching the remnant, I can hear their voices. Old, like stone and willow roots. The souls inside are confused. They escaped the Aliads, but then a life in amber. The Hist kept them safe inside, but it was never meant to last this long. Go fetch, yes. Go fetch Zukis and Jaxic Orn. I can only hold the remnant. The three of you have a larger role to play. I'll explain when you get back. Please, hurry. I can only bear the weight of it for a little while longer.
Alright, I'm back. There's more dialogue. Call me questing. I'm trying to finish up this part of the quest before I do other stuff. So I was already doing this. Oh, I just learned how to make something. Cool. And I didn't have those either. I like when I get stuff that I didn't have before. Uh-oh. Did you go to the bathroom? Oh, no, you're there.
Okay, transitioned over. I'm trying to, the character creation little triangle thing on the face, I'm trying to work it just right. Anyway.
Say, that's fine. I'm going right back into dialogue. I think I'm right at the end of this thing, and I think that's why there's so much of it.
Okay, well, I'll finish working on this so it doesn't kick me for idling.
Okay, that works.
What do you think you'll make with that?
Biko, you are back. As Mud is my mother, it is good to see you. The lightness in my chest tells me the remnant is safe. But what of friend Famia? Or the sick-minded Cassandra? I am sorry to hear that. In the end, I think it was pain that fed her madness. Maybe her spirit will find its way back to the Hist. I hope she finds peace. But wait, you said friend Famia is fine for now? What does that mean? Famia holds the remnant of Argon? She should not bear its weight for long. Even with the Hist's guidance and blessing, dry folk are not suited for carrying things like that. I will go to meet her soon. You should seek out Jaxic Orn.
What can I do for you?
So much agony has taken place here. So much pain. But to wallow in such sorrow will only invoke Shunate. We cannot allow what has come to pass stop us from working towards a new tomorrow. Shunate means something along the lines of regretful stomach in the dry-skinned tongue. It is the pain caused by holding on too tightly to that which has come to pass. Sorrow, anger, suffering. If you do not let them go, they will consume you. Of course, our culture revolves around accepting change. We build homes of wood, knowing they will break in the storm and be rebuilt again. Know that all things are not permanent, and accept that. Only then can you find peace.
I loosen my lungs. It is good to see you, Swordkin. Sojay screams the victory chant. You reclaimed the remnant, is it not so? Yes. I still feel the sting of Star Blossom smoke in my nostrils. The Hist needs. Whatever the Hist needs, Sojay and I will deliver it. Where is Famia? I nod my head. A fitting place. Good. I will meet you at the tree.
Oh, you're here. Good. The Hist, it's telling me what we need to do. But we have to be quick.
Breathe, friend Famia. Just tell us what we need to do.
She does not look well. Maybe we should...
No, I can do it. You have to touch the remnant together. All three of you. I promise, you won't be harmed.
They both look back at me. What up?
By the egg.
Wow,
are we
beautiful.
inside the remnant of Argon?
Yes. A dream, sealed in amber.
I did not think it would be so green, so peaceful.
The peace of the grave. This is a place out of season. Sunless. Unchanging. A place for hiding, not for living. We cannot stay here.
Ha! Spoken like a true Deadwater call. Let us look around.
The Hist guides us as it has guided you. Welcome, Rootmender. We have long awaited the decision you must now make. We are all connected at the root. It is a connection that can be severed, but also made whole once more. A root mended by they who are chosen. The Sap Speaker assured us of your coming. The cycle continues. You may not be of the Hist as we are, but it knows you. You are Rootmender, who has come to will what must be again. Let the Sap Speaker guide you so that we might be whole once more. The mending is not without risk. Covetous eyes gaze upon this realm even now, as they always have.
We need someone to guide us back to the roots of the Hist, to make us whole once more. The Sap Speaker will explain.
Rootmender, after all this time, it warms my scales to see you again. I sensed a twisted soul trying to claim our power. Had she succeeded, many would have suffered. Thank you for stopping her. Now all that remains is to set us free. Trapped? No. Preserved. Kept safe. The aliens who attacked us, they wanted our secrets and our souls. We used both to thwart them. With the Hist's help, the souls of our tribe retreated into the Remnant, where no elf could follow. Safety is not an end in itself, only a means to ensure the seasons of tomorrow. Here, all is static. The trees do not grow. The tides do not rise or fall. Our souls grow complacent, adrift. We must return to the Hist. And for that, we need a guide. Yes, both possess old, wise souls. One must leave the waking world and remain with us, to guide the tribe down the river called Rebirth. Without their strength, we will surely be swept away. Speak with them. You will see they do not fear this task. Only a soul unfettered from the body can guide us. What you call death, we call change. There is no death in the Hist. All bodies pass to the mud, but the soul lives on. We rise and fall like the sun, gone for a time, but always soon to return. Difficult to say. There may come a day when you lock eyes with a hatchling listening to the wind, or chasing a gecko through the reeds. If that moment comes, though your minds may wander, your souls will know a joyful reunion. Trust in the Hist. You have many more souls to save, Rootmender. Many battles to fight. Just as you were born to aid them, Zukas and Jaxic Orn were born to save us. Guided through life in preparation for this moment. Your heroism made this possible. Only a soul unfettered. Difficult to say. Yes, in an old time, and not long ago, all at once, you fought alongside the tribe, deep beneath our sacred Hist. I long to see it again. Yes, our Hist pours its intention into the Remnant. When we leave and awaken to our new life, the Hist will wake too, ready to guide a new and vibrant tribe. So, you see, you do more than just save an old tribe. You make way for a new one.
So, one of us must remain here to guide these souls to Rebirth? Well, my soul has made this journey countless times before. I will probably only have to ask the Hist for directions once or twice. I joke, of course. I would do this thing gladly. You ask me whether the words of an ancient ghostly sap speaker inside a sacred Hist relic can be trusted? No. If there was any other way, she would have told us. I can feel these souls' confusion, their uncertainty. They definitely need my help. Well, I could not have imagined I would pass on like this, and I am sad that I will not have an opportunity to say farewell to my tribe. But when the rains come, you can dance and drink your fill, or you can hide and go thirsty. I feel no fear. Knowing what you know of Jaxic, what do you think? She will not be happy at first. Deadwater warriors dream of death, but in the end, she is a child of the Hist. She will see the wisdom in it. The world still needs wise warriors like Jaxic Orn.
I fill my lungs. I always imagined I would fall in a spray of curses and blood. But I see now that my passing will be unlike any Deadwater warrior before me. Quiet, but glorious all the same. I was born to die for my people. The duty is mine. I nod my head. Leadership in war is no different than leadership in peace. These souls may be disoriented, but deep down they wish to make the journey. Sojay and I will... Oh. I suppose Sojay will stay behind. I had not considered that. You are right. My egg brother waits for me somewhere in the world, on the other side of this journey. A comforting thought. I could not follow you into battle against Cassandra. Let me do this now. I will see these souls to the Hist. Zukas will try to take this burden on himself. But his tribe, all of Murkmire, would mourn him, and many long years may pass before he returns. The marsh would grow darker without him. If I pass, my people will not mourn, and neither should you.
The winds shift, and the deciding season is upon us, Rootmender. Who will lead our tribe out of the Remnant? In good times, we glide across calm waters, guided by the Hist's will alone. But when the weather turns foul, we must act on our own. The most consequential moments rest at these crossroads of faith and choice. In this moment, the choice is yours. In choosing Zukas or Jaxic Orn, you choose what virtues my tribe carries with it to the egg of their next life. What virtues do you hold in highest esteem? Do you favor temperance and cunning, or honesty and courage? Let that guide your judgment.
Oh, I don't want to kill either one of them. Oh, grab my phone. Hmm. Hmm. Ah, I can't decide. You know what? I'm doing it. I think Jurassic Orange should, not Sukas.
Good. Nothing will prevent the tribe from feeling the Hist's embrace with Jaxic Orn leading the way. While Zukas does not make the journey with us, he still has much to do. A new tribe will gather beneath our waking Hist. Zukas will lead them. You must leave this place. Lay our guide's body to rest near the roots of our Hist. Place the remnant there too. With the Hist's guidance, your companion will do the rest. You have my gratitude, Rootmender. You have proven yourself a true Argonian.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Rootmender. I swear on the sap, nothing will keep this tribe from reaching the next life.
Friend Jaxic,
My laughing spine quivers. Zukas has no words. Now I have seen everything. I will miss you, my friend.
Finally, she admits it. Too late.
I shake my head. You know I will return someday. For now, care for the tree, and guide the Saxhleel who gather there. As for you, Swordkin, fighting at your side has been the greatest honor a Call could ask for. Thank you, and farewell.
Oh no. I don't want to cry.
I speak with joy and sadness. Farewell, Swordkin. Watch over Zukas for me. We will meet again, I think. Farther down the river.
You should not linger for long, Rootmender. Already my tribe's souls make their preparations for the long journey ahead. We have you to thank for it. Farewell.
Oh. Makes me sad. Not all of them can be spoken to. It's this guy. Oh, not anymore, you can't. I'm assuming all the rest don't have names, just Argonian spirits. Oh crap. Bills to pay. That's not fun.
Easy. Easy now. You're all right. You haven't been out long. Well, you'd know better than I. When the three of you touched the remnant, it was like you instantly fell asleep. Your eyes kept fluttering, like you were dreaming. Zukas woke up first. Very quiet. I figured I should watch over you until you did too. She was dreaming alongside the rest of you. Then her breathing slowed and she passed. Zukas told me not to panic, that this was her choice. Still, he seemed pretty distraught. What happened exactly? Well, that's a comfort, I guess. Zukas said he had to prepare a ritual to release the souls from the remnant, I think. You should be there. He said to bring the remnant, but I think you should have the honor. Here.
Just like absorbed into me. This is pretty sad.
It's strange, but sometimes I can feel the Hist. How can that be so? I haven't been in Murkmire since I was a hatchling. Oh, ignore me. You didn't come to my shop for chit-chat after all.
Maybe I did.
Welcome back from the dreaming, Biko. The ritual is prepared. All we need now is the remnant of Argon. I see you carry its weight with ease. You truly are a friend to the Hist, and to me. Jaxic leads these souls to rebirth, but there is much to do here in the waking world. I will form a new tribe under this tree. We will live with cleverness, yes, but strength also. One day, Jaxic will return. We will be here to welcome her home. Go now, Jaxic Orn, daughter and Call of the Deadwater tribe. Guide these souls down the river called Rebirth. Lead them into the waiting arms of the Hist. Remember, Root brothers and Root sisters, this is not a ritual of death, but of change. We do not mourn this loss, but celebrate the soul's reunion with the Hist, and all who have passed before. We bid them safe journey, with song and dance and frills of joy. Let them know, as they pass on, that we are the Root Whisper tribe, and in this place they will always find a home. It is, as the Sap Speaker said, a miracle. Thank you, Biko. I name you true friend to the Root Whisper tribe. In this place, you are always welcome. I will stay here and protect the Hist, help it grow and prosper. Many long seasons may pass, but Jaxic will find her way back. Hist willing, I will be here to greet her. Again, you have my ocean-deep gratitude, Biko. You are always welcome here.
Beautiful.
Oh, those poor envoys.
The Hist has a... My...
Envoy Shukawer. Oh, I got a quest marker from him.
They removed...
Well, that's it for the zone quest. Guess that's all there is.
So anyway, you know Aldrin.
I'm back.
You know Aldrin, the place with the giant crab. It's been hollowed out, used as a counseling chamber.
Sure.
I mean, it's part of Vardenfell's own quest, come to think of it. You go there. Some guy that claims to be the Nerevarine that I was talking about.
I don't remember.
Some Ashlander. You're working with his sister to stop him.
Oh, yeah, I remember that part.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
That's an Ashlander camp. But I don't remember... I don't know. Because in the Elder Scrolls 3, you find his spirit in the Cavern of the Incarnate. He goes by Konun Chodala. I don't remember the Konun part. I just remember him being known as Chodala in ESO. That's what his name was. Same character. In ESO, he has a glass axe that he never uses because he uses that spear thing. But in Morrowind, he gives you his axe. I forget what I was talking about. Oh, right. Yeah, the tribunal disappearing, and
Right behind you, partner.
Nerevarine destroyed the heart, and that's why Skyrim, Dark Elves had evacuated. They'd left Vardenfell because Red Mountain had erupted. What happened is Vivec disappeared. Eventually his power faded, and he left. And that moon, the big thing, came crashing down, sent massive earthquakes through a lot of Tamriel. Don't think of it, but it set off because Red Mountain to erupt. That didn't go well for most of Ardenfell. Dark Elves had to evacuate. Some ended up on Solstheim. Even Solstheim was bathed in ash.
Oblivion is set in the future as well then, right?
It's 8 years after Morrowind. After the events of Morrowind. There are
That's
plenty
what I
of NPCs that...
Because I remember in Oblivion that the mountain had already erupted and everything's just ash everywhere.
That was Skyrim.
Was that Skyrim? Oh, I played Skyrim more
in the
recently. Maybe that's what I'm
DLC.
thinking of. Yeah.
When you go to Solstheim, it's covered in ash.
Ah, I just jumped off the shit. What the hell?
Yeah, there are multiple references in Morrowind that Oblivion is coming. There's, even in the base game, apparently the Emperor has failing health. He didn't really show it in the opening sequence of Oblivion. And Daggerfall, the Elder Scrolls 2, Daggerfall takes place, probably a few years before that. I'm not sure how old the Emperor is, but there is a live action sequence that was recorded and placed as a cinematic before Daggerfall. He's bald, for some reason, rather than having the long white hair he does in Oblivion. But, when you start out Morrowind, you are told, okay, basically the story is, the Emperor's dragonborn. There are no dragons to feed off of, no shouts to use, but he is dragonborn. He's part of the Septum blood. So, he's also clairvoyant to a degree. He knows his death is coming. He knows a lot of stuff is coming. But he knew of the Nerevarine prophecy, and he handpicked you, a prisoner, in the Imperial City Prison.
That's it. Are you
He
hurt?
shipped you off to Morrowind, to Vardenfell, and basically you're given a package. It's a sealed package, and you're directed to take it to a Blades. I forget what rank he is, but he works for the Blades there in Vardenfell. He's kind of a drug addict. I mean, he's wearing a shirt, and if you ask him, because Morrowind has a very different dialogue system, you ask him a ton of topics, and if you ask him about his own day, he'll just say, "I'm just a man with a skooma problem."
I'll head back immediately.
But anyway, you're told to report to him. He'll eventually decode the package because it's encoded with,
Can I help you with?
some kind of Blades code. And where was I going with that? Why did I bring up the Emperor? Oh, right, references to Oblivion. That guy, the Blades guy, he says when the Emperor dies, 9 hells will break loose, which is a bit interesting. Even though it's only one Oblivion. It's only the Deadlands. Marin's Dagon's the only one that takes advantage. It really should be more, come to think of it. When you think about the Oblivion Crisis, Septim's falling, and the the dragon fires that prevent invasion, those go out. You'd think a lot more princes would take advantage of that, but it's only Marin's Dagon.
You also think that there would be more shit in place like dragon fires to prevent that, if that's a big deal. That we've only created one thing to yeah, like there'd be like several dragon fires or other things that prevent incursion, but we'll just place it in this one thing. No fallback, just that'll be good. We're not setting ourselves up for failure or nothing.
They probably put those, I don't remember. I think it's one of the dragon fires that Varan Aquilarius attempts to use the Amulet of Kings to make himself dragonborn. I think that was one of the dragon fires. I don't remember. But, and later in one of Morrowind's expansions, there's some, fanatical prophet. He's talking about the coming of, the apocalypse. Of course, he's referring to the Oblivion Crisis. You're sent to silence him, but on the topic of that, back to Morrowind, and the whole tribunal's power fading, the fact practically welcomes it. He says he's looking forward to immortal life again. So the seal, the fact himself says, Amber Alert.
Got a storm coming in? Oh, Amber Alert. I was going to say, you got a storm coming in?
I don't remember caring enough. That sounds really bad. You're not giving me any details. You're like, here's an Amber Alert, here's coordinates, and a time. Thanks for the information. I'm not going there. Anyway, so Vivek says that Stuff the Seal probably doesn't even notice his power is gone, because he hasn't been using it. He's just been using technology. And then Almalexia, I don't think she takes it quite so well.
Well, it doesn't surprise me that Amalexia is the one that takes it the worst. And that Soul to Seal is unaffected. Again, he's the smartest out of all of them, and he never relied on his power. He's obsessed with everything, the workings of everything, and needs to know everything, and doesn't want to rely on anything. And he might have been the smartest one of them all, because even after getting the power, like you said, he never used it, never relied on it, probably because he knew at some point he'd lose it. Because it wasn't an ever power. I didn't know about the heart thing. I thought they got that power and that's just theirs. The way you explained it, they're not even really living gods. They're leeching power from an artifact to make them like living gods. But without that artifact, they're nothing. I thought they absorbed this power and now it's just theirs. So this new light makes them way less cool than I thought they were. But like I said, he had the fallacy to probably think hey, this might not always be the thing. So I'm going to create a city where all we do is technological advancements. I'm going to be like the dwarves, but better. And I'm going to learn about everything. And when shit fails, it'll be all good. I already figured stuff out. Will he even die? Because he's like part machine already. Like,
oh, he's dead. He's dead. Almalexia did it.
Oh, that's shitty.
Almalexia killed Sothis, and she attempts to have you killed. You, the Nerevar, which is a reincarnation of Nerevar, which I believe was married to Almalexia before the whole Ascension thing.
What's on your mind?
She tries to have you killed. I'm pretty sure it's her that sends the Dark Brotherhood after you. Although, because you start the DLC if you're resting out in the wild, I don't think it can happen if you're in like a city.
What's on the docket
You'll
today?
be suddenly awoken by a Dark Brotherhood assassin that really wasn't doing a very good job because he disturbed your sleep. But if you kill him, your journal will update and just be like, an attempt was made on my life while I was resting. I should report this to Midgard. You do. They direct you to some guy in Ebonheart, New Ebonheart. I already went over this. You know the Ebonheart in Stone Falls? Vivek wants it on Vardenfell too, so he builds a second one. Directs you there, and then he's like, we've got a mage here. I think it had something to do with the Blight disease, because Dagoth is releasing some disease, so contact from Vardenfell to the mainland has been cut off. He says there's one mage here in Ebonheart that can teleport you there, and talk to her. She does. She teleports you to Mournhold. And,
Watch your step.
you basically track down your killers from there. It's a very, very quick prologue, basically. There's a lot more to do there, including the entire Sothis dead. Almalexia wants you dead. But basically, you track down a Dark Brotherhood leader there in Mournhold, and he has a contract on him that is... The person who wants you dead simply goes by H. Just H. I don't know who that is.
A Men in Black?
I don't know, but his contact that wants you dead was by H. I don't know if it was Almalexia. But I know she does want you dead, because later, way later down the story, she tells you of Sothis Clockwork City, and she tells you to go there and check on him. Of course, she already knows he's dead because she killed him herself, and he's been dead quite a while because his, like, mostly mechanical corpse is hanging from a machine that he was hooked up to. He looks really messed up. That game would be, I mean, it's kind of disturbing now because of, like, the graphics, but it would be downright horrifying if it got a proper remaster to see him hanging there. But anyway, you walk in there, and I think she, like, walks up behind you. It's like, haha, here's my plan. I killed him, and I want you dead too. I don't know if you kill her, but I think so. That leaves Vivek be the last living the tribunal. Which is interesting because most of their power is... I'm not sure what Seal was doing. Because in order to keep in Blight, which is not very useful, you know what Cliff Registers are. You don't know the PTSD that Morrowind players get when they walk through Vardenfell and they hear over their head because of just how many Cliff Registers you fight in that game. There are so many. They will attack you every few feet. You will be attacked by multiple in certain places. But anyway, I'm sure it's those things that carried the Blight. So the Tribunal is upkeeping a thing called the Ghost Fence to keep Dagoth Ur's power in. Constantly keeping that up. So I'm not really sure what the Seal is doing. But basically, they said that he probably wouldn't notice his powers disappeared. I'm not sure if he was even trying to keep the fence up. I'm not sure if he could from Clockwork City. I don't know what the Clockwork City is. I don't know if it's like it is in ESO where you shrink down and go to some place. Could be. Don't know. Haven't made it that far. All I know is Seal's dead. and he looks really weird.
Can't see.
Yeah, I got on this topic by talking about just how dark the Elder Scrolls lore is in older games, because of the lessons of Vivek and the really weird things that go on there, and the weird language of the Daedra. I don't know what kind of language it is, but yeah, they all go by. They all have other names. Vivek is just Vek. So the seal is Set, and Almalexia is Am. In one of those stories, they go by those names. It's so weird. Yes. I don't even know how to explain it. I just don't. Some kind of reincarnation. The two others, they, like, impregnate someone with an egg that contains Vivek. It's just so weird. You got some weird lore. Like I said, especially in old games. But it is interesting to go back to the older game, and just see how much of the lore that we know now was always present. Like Nords and their ability to shout. The Thu'um. That was back in Morrowind. It wasn't really elaborated on, it just told of some Nords with voices so powerful they could kill you with a single word. Stuff like that.
Greybeards.
Yep, the Greybeards. Actually, I think it speaks of the Greybeards. I don't remember. That area was in ESO that it talks of the Greybeards.
I can't figure out how to get frickin' anywhere. I am just gonna travel.
I've been standing here for a very long time trying to decide what shield to equip. Well, not equip, what style to use. Do any of the three Welkanars even use a shield? I'm forgetting what the bosses look like.
What?
Do any of the three Welkanars in Cladrest even use a shield? I'm forgetting what they look like.
I think one of them does. Has a shield on their back.
One is one-handed shield, the other one's two-handed, and then...
Yeah, 'cause I think Olo,
sure.
I think Olo's one that's got the sword and shield, sword and board.
Maybe. Yeah, I think she's the non-hostile one that gives you the quest.
Yeah. And then attacks you as soon as you go in there.
What?
What?
What do you mean attack?
Yeah, she's one of the minions.
No, she's the one that you turn the quest in with.
After you've defeated her and her two homies.
No, there are 4. Remember, there are 4 sets that you can get from the trial. So
We
Maja
don't
doesn't
fight.
have.
Oh, that's
a
right.
set.
We don't. So we don't fight Olo. Is Olo the one we don't fight? It's a Gallenway. I don't know.
Pretty sure it's Gallenway, Sororia,
Probably.
and Reliquin that we fight. Because Zamaja talks to Olorima. Or at least Zamaja says Olorima. It's probably Olorime, but
Oh my gosh.
whatever.
Farted smells terrible.
That's something the stream should know. Anyway,
Oh my god, it's so bad. I gotta move around.
so anyway, off that topic. Yeah, I forgot the topic. I forgot the original topic.
I don't remember at this point either.
Let's see, Dark Lore.
My thing.
Oh, right. I was just looking through shields, and I was looking at the Wokono shield, and I was like, do any of them use a shield? I'm not sure if any of them are dual wield. They dual wield?
Got style material for Elder Argonian style from doing that quest, but not a didn't get a motif. That stinks. Bring it to Xenos Kino Monument Calendar. What? Bring it to.
Alright, there's 9,000 gold on an outfit.
Calendar.
Oh, that sucks. It really sucks. You try to make a sexy, muscular woman that has a shield. And what goes on her back? The shield. You can't see her back.
Hmm.
I gotta run around with my weapons out.
I don't see it here.
Can't last much longer.
It was in the Deadwater Village? Well, there's literally nothing in the Deadwater Village. Hmm.
Now, what I'm really interested in, though I lack the means to play, a remaster might be interesting if they clean up the lore, especially with modern revelations and changes made. But The Elder Scrolls Midgard. It's a standalone title that takes place on Stros M'Kai, which, you know, that is one of the starting islands. Not sure when it takes place. I know there's a living Slode that you go seek out. Not a sea Slode, just a Slode.
Alright,
Heck,
I'm
even
gonna
the
have to Google
Slode lore
this.
is bizarre. What are you looking for?
I can't figure out where the museum is in Murkmire.
Have you heard that Cyrodiilic
Oh, the
collection
museum.
about to head up to the main route of the village? Wanna come along?
No, it's not labeled if there's one in here. At least in the town. I'm in Lomoth, which is the biggest town. Assumed it'd be there. And I was just at Rootwister Village. I was like, oh, maybe it's at Deadwater Village. But I looked at Deadwater and there's like literally nothing there. So I'm like, oh, so maybe not.
Thank you for trusting. There is no one so trustworthy as a Saxhleel.
Oh, it's not even in one of the cities.
It's not?
It looks to be a striking locale. To begin, you will need to get the quest Monument of Change from an Argonian named Jekawas Vaze at the Zinche Konu Monument northeast of Lilmoth in Murkmire. Will tell you that thieves have stolen the tablets that make up Zinche Konu. They are scattered throughout Murkmire.
Hmm.
And then it shows a map where every tablet is located.
It's a striking locale, huh? What's a striking locale called? Oh, I found it. Never mind. Alright. Shoot over there, and I guess I'll get that quest. Since this thing is now taking up inventory space. I just got done messing around with a couple other things. I had stuff from Rothgar, and I had stuff from elsewhere. I just got those turned in on my inventory.
Hermaeus Mora. I see that, Elder Scrolls fan.
Hermaeus Mora. So Hermes something eating the wings, so I may change. Whatever is the starting quote of all of the oh look, there's a piece of the thing here too.
Sorry, what were you saying? It was really quiet.
Yeah. I don't remember.
No, I need to get these calendars out.
Hermaeus Mora, you said something about wings have changed. I don't remember.
Eating the wings so that I may change. It's a quote that's at the start of every Helsing episode. I'll be off mic for just a second.
Alright, back to... No, that's not doing that. Journal. Lore. Let's see if I can find stuff. Eidetic memory. Pretty sure it's Chowder's library.
I have come back from the dead.
Many apologies, traveler, but the Zinche Konu is not able to take visitors at this time.
Superhuman discipline and virtue. Yeah,
Did you not come to see the monument?
Truth is revealed.
The Zinche Konu is an ancient calendar. Each of its 12 tablets
some
represent
of the
a
temple
month in the
even
year
comes on the
cycle.
tribunal.
Unfortunately, all
the
of these
profane
tablets were
source of
recently
their power.
stolen.
I'm looking through my eidetic memory in ESO to see if I found one of those books. I'm looking through a book called The Living Gods, and it says, but who are the living gods? They are powerful dark elves who achieve divine status through superhuman
left behind a
discipline and
book of
virtue,
riddles describing each
supernatural
tablet's
wisdom and insight.
location. However, I must
Sure it
admit
is.
that I am unfamiliar with much of Murkmire. It took me days to piece together the first tablet's location. I erect the Spine of Thanks. You'll find the first tablet in the belly of the Mire God that lurks near the infamous Black Rose prison. Feel free to take the Book of Riddles to help in your search. It does me no good. Oh, the Zinche Konu is not merely a calendar. It is a powerful Kuvaste, a catalyst of needed change. When seeds must grow, it gives us rain. When sprouts sink in mud, it brings the sun. As Jekawas, it is my duty to watch over the monument. That is one of its purposes, yes. It would take 100 tongues, 100 years to speak all of the Zinche Konu's secrets. It is one of the few remaining monuments from our days of stone nests. The Days of Stone Nests is one of the many terms used to describe the period of time when the Saxhleel created Zanmir, with the foolish notion that we could build that which time would not change. We have now learned better, of course. To mock me, I'm sure. After all, I lack both the knowledge and means to seek out the tablets myself. The sooner you aid me in this, the better. I would rather suffer 1,000 Myrnats than the disapproving gaze of Niswo Parazi. He who held the title of Jekawas before me. Now he is a Niswo, a priest of Sithis. It was Parazi who taught me all I know. I cannot let him know I failed him in such a way. I simply couldn't bear the shame.
Interesting. Very interesting. Are you there? I can check the party to see if you're there. That doesn't help. Alright, so what, you know that Red Diamond song that bards will sing?
Yeah.
Well, from what I'm hearing is the Amulet of Kings is part of the Heart of Lorkhan. At least it's made of the blood from the Heart of Lorkhan. Because the lyrics go, I'm not going to sing it. It says, when Akatosh slew Lorkhan, he ripped his heart out, hurled it across Tamriel. Laughing heart sprayed blood afar. Landed in Cyrodiil. Something about went down an Ayleid well. Magic diffused the Lorkhan blood to crystal red and strong. Then wild elves cut and polished it down to Kim El Adaval. The wild elves being the Ayleids. The elves lost nerve from man. Akatosh gave the stone to Saint Alessia in token of her right to sit the throne. So, that Amulet of Kings is a piece, is made of the blood from the Heart of Lorkhan, at least according to this song. So the power of that amulet is the same source of power from, the Tribunal. Interesting. Whatever this is, I'm not gonna remember that.
For glory!
Oh crap. Vivek's 36 lessons, it's a category. I have only found 5. Let's see if I found the weird one.
Oh, I ran away before collecting the tablet.
I mean, if you just sit down and read these things, it doesn't even have to be the one I'm talking about. It's so weird.
That should come in handy.
The evoker shall raise his left hand empty and open to indicate he needs no weapons of his own. The coming forth is always hidden, so the evoker is always invisible or better in the skin of his enemies. Quote, the eyelid of the kingdom shall fill 36 folios, but the eye shall read the world. It's already not nice. Fortifor, no, I know. Then Vivek left his architectural rapture and went back to the space that was not a space. Interesting insight into the lore of Tamriel and just dimension hopping when you've achieved godlike status. Going through time and all that. Oh, the Ruddy Man, I've heard of that.
How joyous it is to see you return unharmed. Tell me, were you able to find the Vaka tablet?
Of the 8 monsters. This it would be an interesting story.
Only 11 more tablets, and the Zinche Konu will be complete.
I have to find all 36 lessons to find
no
them.
longer aid you. I do wish you luck. Please, take this reward. You have done much to earn it. Please, let me know as soon as the 11 remaining tablets have been found.
It's kind of like
each tablet represents a month.
It's kind of like insight in Bloodborne. I bring this up as if you'll understand, but just like the hidden workings of the world that mortal mind couldn't possibly understand if they perceived it all at once. It would just die. In fact, they wouldn't die. They would cause a black hole. Have you heard of, let's see, what is it called? Entropy? You heard of that kind of entropy? You heard of Graham's number?
I'm only half paying attention. I'm sorry, because I'm questing. I'm terrible. Come on.
Yeah, that's why I do quest out of party.
Yeah, well, I'd already started questing when you and Jax went to bed. I figured you'd be playing with Jax for quite a while like normal, so I didn't bug you. But I am done questing now.
Fatigue. Pretty sure it's just the monotony of grinding levels on our equipment. Just doing the same mission over and over and over. Anyway, I was talking about, oh right, yeah, interesting thing, Vivek experienced it, a bunch of stuff like that. It's just insight into the world. We have to take it in pieces, because, have you heard of, like, entropy? Have you heard of, like, Graham's number?
No.
Are you paying attention again?
I said no.
Oh, it didn't come through. Well, Graham's number is a number so large that if the human mind were forced to understand the entire number at once, something about the matter in your brain would become so dense it would collapse and form a black hole. Let me see. Graham's number, black hole. So Graham's number, this enormous number, can create a black hole in your brain if you try to memorize it. Mathematician Ronald Graham was the first one to propose this low number. In 1971, the number was discovered and was used as an upper bound for a problem used in maths proof for a problem involving multidimensional hypercubes. Apparently, the number was first published in 1980 Guinness Book of World Records. There are 64 steps to obtain Graham's number, and each step involves a math procedure called Nuss up arrow notation. After the first few steps, there are around 7.6 trillion threes in the sequence. Quote, even if you even try to imagine Graham's number, your head would break down into a black hole because your head cannot store the information required to envisage it. End quote. Website Physics Astronomy explains, Graham's number is so long that there is not enough space in the universe to write down all the digits. John Bayes, a mathematical physicist at the University of California, told Live Science that this is even, quote, a ridiculous underestimate of how big Graham's number is, end quote. Not only Graham's number, but smaller numbers, like can have similar effect on the brain if even the number is stored in decimal notation. Google can be written in the following manner. That. I'm not going to read that. Graham's number has trillions more digits. The person writing this did not speak English as a first language. Black hole, as we know, is one of the dangerous things in the universe. Now, the latest reports show that such phenomena can happen in our brains as well. What is it? Did I reload the site? Something different? Oh, I just didn't read that part. Well, that's nice. But yeah, interesting number. Lots of information stored. Head, you die. Black hole. There you go.
Yeah. Pseudoscience.
Yeah. So, yeah. What was it? A physicist or whatever? It was a math joke. It's like, what was it? 2 + 2 = 5. I think that's what it was. It says that's not right, so add a theoretical dark number, so 1, to account for any inaccuracies. Boom, you're doing math like a physicist. Anyway, Oh, that's weird. There's a player with a floating blue ring around their body. It's like a permanent hula hoop.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Not a fan of pseudoscience. I get that, like, people need
it's an
to
interesting
imagine
world-building
and
concept if you want to bring in some
I
weird
think
stuff.
Interesting concept if you say that it could cause black holes.
Well, yeah, but
this is a ridiculous thing to even think. One, it's never happened, so we can't prove that's even a thing. And to assume that someone has figured out how to make a number larger than the universe sounds ridiculous. Number. Even theoretically, it's larger than the universe. We're saying theoretically this number is larger than an already theoretical concept. The size of the universe is already a theoretical concept. We don't know how big the universe is. We don't know how expansive it is. We don't know if it's growing or shrinking. We don't know if it's infinite or uninfinite. These are all theories that have come out. So you're taking a theory and holding it against another theory to prove your theory. My hypothesis also involves another person's hypothesis, which neither have grounds in logic or proven fact. But hey, black holes.
This theory rides solely on this other theory being correct.
So ridiculous.
I mean, two very similar concepts that I'm kind of stealing from another game, Bloodborne again, is known as the Great Ones, Lovecraftian, like cosmic horrors that I don't really know, but basically in the game there's a thing called frenzy, where your mind is assaulted by some knowledge. Have you seen Indiana Jones?
A long time ago.
You've seen Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
I don't know, maybe.
One where the aliens are at the end?
Maybe. Like I said, it's been too long, I can't tell you. What the Can't get these glasses out of each other. Holy crap.
Some Russian woman encounters the aliens and her mind is assaulted by all that they know and she just dies because of it.
Did you like, was it like a little warm, a little wet when you stuck to my back? It was like literally sucked into each other. I had to muscle it out. Scary because it's glass. I'm like shattering all in my hands. Scary as shit. We'll turn this lamp on, baby. Playing in the dark like this is starting to give me some eye strain. You're hungry? What are you hungry for? Did you even eat dinner yet?
No.
When was dinner?
What now?
So when was dinner? Has it not happened yet?
It hasn't happened yet.
Ah. What time? It's core's at, what, we had the group at 8, right?
I guess that's 7 for me.
Fun. I don't even want to go tonight. I want to like make an excuse not to go, to be honest. It's terrible. I shouldn't say that in stream because, yeah, just watch it. But I'm just so sick of VRG from the event, and then after the event ended, we had to do it, and then now we're back in there again. I'd much rather do VKA again or progress and stop going back for these. Either we need to meet more often, like, you know, Mondays or something, and we could do gear runs for the core group. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Friday, we should be progressing or something, or at least one of those days doing Maw or.
Did you find a picture?
Huh?
Did you find a picture?
I took a screenshot. I was also going to try to find a picture for the Halo one too. I was gonna, cause I got a really cool outfit I did on my Halo character. I was gonna screenshot of that too. I also can't do
thumbnails on YouTube.
I don't have a PS1 game still, but that's not very helpful. I mean, I guess I could take a picture of the thing, but what character did you use? I can't tell. Is that Dart? Yes. See, you knew it. You knew it. It's my favorite character, baby. I love you.
So what's happening? YouTube thumbnails?
No, my wife is designing banners for me for my Twitch and my YouTube. custom banners. So I wanted to include 3 games I enjoy a lot. 2 that like I currently play, and 1 that I played a long time ago that will always hold a special place in my heart. You already heard me mention one of them. So I don't know if you can guess the other 2. It's always fun. Do a little guess game.
Well, it's the 2 that I know you've been streaming, but the 3rd one you said you played a long time ago, but you haven't streamed it, I'm assuming. So
yeah, this game is old enough. I mean, I gave away the console because I don't have a PS1. I don't know if you caught that or not, but that's my biggest hint. So that'd be way before streaming was a thing.
It's not a hint. I heard something about Dark. It's not a hint. It's less of a hint.
So you know what I'm talking about then?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
I never played PlayStation, PSX.
Well, baby.
It's a great area for harvesting.
Huh?
I never played
You need
PSX.
to like put those back up on the thing, because that's like the 2nd time you kicked it, and them fuckers are super expensive. You're gonna crack in the thing or break in the spigot.
Well, I'm gonna go back to work, so
the spigot hole.
Stuff.
I mean, we're not using the table for anything else right now. They should have just stayed up there until they were going out. It's a bad place for them.
When are the Urshalaga who can't even get out of the shrine? They're nomads. They will have moved. They're over there. In the 3rd.
Do you have any guesses you want to throw out?
I don't know any PlayStation 1 games.
You don't know any? I'll give you another hint. RPG.
That's not helpful either. There are a lot of RPGs. It's not an RPG, so that just throws my. I know very well it's not it because it's. I think it was released on PlayStation 1. But no. But given the fact that I know no character or whatever by the name of Dark, assuming that I overheard that correctly.
You heard that wrong. Yeah.
Okay. You were talking to me, so.
Yeah, it's not dark. It's dart.
Dart. See, that's not helping either. Anyway,
Now that
yeah, I know very well that is not in my only PlayStation 1 game I know of.
What is?
I don't. Hold on. I can either stop including my audio or not say it.
My brother escaped the mines, but one of Val Chu's werewolves attacked
I'm
him.
not going to make a
He's
fool of
resting,
myself
but
by
he'll be
saying a
happy to
game
have
that
this
was
again.
never even on
And I'm sure his
PlayStation 1.
notes will be useful.
Oh my gosh. Like anyone's gonna watch the stream anyways. Other than my one follower, my one person that watches my streams.
It was. My guess. It wasn't even a guess. I was just going to say it because it's the only PlayStation game I know. That would be Nightmare Creatures.
Never even heard of that, to be honest. So I wouldn't be able to correct you if it wasn't a PlayStation game or not.
It's kind of like a gothic action horror third-person game set in London so many years ago. Whenever, I don't know, you're fighting off some quote nightmare creatures developed by some chemist. But anyway, yeah, I don't know.
Add to my troubles.
I don't know some Dart. It's clearly a poor English translation because someone thinks it's cool.
I don't think it's a poor English translation. I like all the names, all the characters. And Dart actually
there are
is...
3 Nirnroots right next to each other.
Not a common name, but I've actually met someone in real life named Dart here in the States, you know.
Might
Like-
be short for D'Artagnan.
No, that was their full name. It was Dart.
Oh, well, as a nickname, it makes sense.
No, this was this is not a nickname. It's their real name.
Okay, so the
You
game
know, us
character's name was
Americans.
Dart, but the person you knew was D'Artagnan.
No, the person I knew was also Dart, and that was their full name. I still know him. He used to go to Gothane a
That's
lot.
something.
But there's his legal name, Dart. I thought it was cool as shit because it was my favorite character from, an old video game series I used to play. And he's like, I actually get that a lot. People, he's like, my parents are like obsessed with billiards, so that's how, or not billiards. Yeah. Wait, no, billiards is pool. What is the name for, the fancy name for playing darts? I can't remember. What's up, baby?
You want
No,
what do you want to eat?
I don't know.
With some like egg dress.
Yeah, that does sound good. Egg dress soup sounds good. Oh, Joshy sent me more monies. Yay. We could use it.
D'Artagnan has nothing to do with it.
There's no one named D'Artagnan. I've never even heard that. But like I said, I met a person in real life with the name Dart. Well, she's not gonna give his last name out over stream, but regardless if anyone watches this or not.
I wouldn't even begin to guess. I googled PS1 RPGs and none of this is helping. Just like looking through, it's probably like by popular, a lot of Final Fantasy games are there, Chrono Cross.
Yeah, a lot of people liked Chrono Cross. I never got to play that. Star Ocean, I only got to play a small amount of.
Story. Parasite Eve.
Final
Witcher,
Fantasies were okay back then.
Breath of Fire.
No.
Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest is a decent game. They're still coming out with titles.
Apparently, Front Mission is considered an RPG. Not entirely
Oh.
sure how, but it's.
Wow, I was literally one Zone Quest turn in from finishing Glanubra's Zone Quest. And now it's done. What the
Persona
Seriously?
series is there. Thousand Arms. Tactics
Persona's
Ogre, Let Us
decent.
Cling.
Final
Let Us
Fantasy
Cling
Tactics is
Together.
good.
Tales of Destiny. Whatever the heck that is. Desert Dreams. Frontier. Another Parasite Eve. Threads of Fate. Beyond the Beyond. Vader Bandits. It's just a bunch of games that are not.
They're all wrong so far.
Oh, there are a few I've skipped over. Alundra. The heck is this? Suikoden? I don't know how to pronounce that.
Well, I'll give you another hint. It's not a name of a game that you would have a hard time pronouncing. It's honestly, and it is the only game I'm retaining a physical copy of. I'm selling all my other physical copies of games that I've owned over the years. Buddy's agreed to buy them off of me. This is the only game I refuse to part with because it's never gotten a remaster, even though there's a following that want one really bad. And it's never got the sequel it was supposed to get. So, without this physical title, I don't have the game or any way to having it. So, until there's something else, we'll never part with it. Give me another hint. The game is 4 disc long.
A lot of games were they couldn't hold the entire thing. They divided it into chapters.
There actually wasn't. It was more common for an RPG to maybe have 2 discs, maybe even 3. But most PS1 games were single disc games. For a game to have 4 discs and have a thick cartridge like that was pretty unheard of. And they were the first disc to have a protective layer put on them to make them anti-scratch and all that. It was like a black film they put over it. It's just pretty ahead of its time.
Well, it ain't Vagrant Story.
No.
A white screen. That's what I like to see when I'm trying to open something.
Alright, well, I am going to kill the stream because I am done questing for now. I hope you all enjoyed the stream, and I bid you adieu.